There is no scientific reason for light to appear during an earthquake. And yet, it keeps happening. Welcome to Mystery Shack, your home for the dark, the bizarre, and the unexplained. Once again, we're looking at real phenomena science still can't fully explain. For centuries, people living near fault lines have reported strange lights in the sky. Glows, flashes, even floating orbs, appearing before, during, or after major earthquakes. They've been documented in China, Japan, Italy, Mexico, and the United States. Some reports date back more than 1,000 years. What makes this unsettling isn't just how they look, it's when they appear. In several modern cases, these lights were seen minutes before the ground moved, before any seismic sensors registered danger. Scientists call them earthquake lights. And despite decades of study, there is still no agreed-upon explanation. Some theories suggest stress in the Earth's crust releases electrical charges. Others point to ionized air, piezoelectric effects, or plasma formations near fault lines. The problem is scale. Small laboratory experiments can produce tiny sparks, but nothing that explains kilometers of glowing sky captured on camera by multiple witnesses across different continents. Even today, geologists disagree on whether all sightings share the same cause, or whether we're grouping several unknown phenomena under one name. What's certain is this: these lights don't behave like lightning, don't follow weather patterns, and don't obey the rules we expect. And if they really do appear before earthquakes, that raises a disturbing question. Are they just a side effect of geological stress? Or are they a warning we don't yet know how to read? Some mysteries don't show themselves. They make themselves heard. Just as unsettling as unexplained light is unexplained sound. Across the world, people report hearing massive explosions in the sky. Deep, thunder-like booms that come without storms, without aircraft, and without seismic activity. They're known as skyquakes. Witnesses describe them as cannon fire, sonic blasts, or something heavy slamming into the atmosphere. The problem is, when investigators look for a cause, there's nothing there. No earthquakes, no meteors, no military activity. In many cases, the sky was completely clear. And then there's something even stranger. In cities across Europe, North America, and Asia, people began recording sounds that didn't explode. They lingered. Long, metallic tones, like distant horns, or mechanical trumpets echoing from the clouds. These recordings became known as sky trumpets. Some last only seconds, others continue for minutes. The name sky trumpets didn't come from science. In religious texts, especially the Book of Revelation, trumpets are described as signals of the apocalypse. 7 blasts said to mark the end of the world. For some people, hearing these sounds wasn't just strange, It felt familiar. Unlike skyquakes, they don't strike suddenly. They hang in the air, as if something unseen is resonating above the city.
Hey guys, come here, Andrew, Josh, do you hear that? Come here. Can you hear that noise?
What is that?
Sound. What?
It's coming from the sky.
You sure, Dad?
Come here.
Sounds like a trumpet, Dad.
Skeptics have claimed these sounds are fake, digital edits, sound effects, or artificial audio. And while some videos online are hoaxes, that explanation falls apart when similar sounds are reported by unrelated witnesses in different countries, years apart, often before recording even begins. At that point, the question becomes unavoidable. Either thousands of people around the world are fabricating the same experience, or something is happening that we still don't know how to explain. Authorities have investigated several cases and quietly closed the reports. What makes skyquakes and sky trumpets disturbing isn't just how loud they are, it's that sound is supposed to have a source. When the sky itself becomes that source, with nothing to point to, it feels like a rule has been broken. And whatever is breaking that rule doesn't seem interested in explaining itself. Not everything unexplained comes from above. Some of it lives far below us. The deeper you go into the ocean, the stranger life becomes. Pressure increases. Light disappears. Temperature drops. And yet, in this crushing darkness, some creatures don't shrink, they grow. Far below the surface, scientists have discovered animals that are many times larger than their shallow water relatives. Giant squid with eyes the size of dinner plates. Isopods the size of house cats. Crabs spanning meters across. This pattern is known as deep-sea gigantism, and while it has a name, it does not have a full explanation. Biologists have proposed theories. Cold temperatures slowing metabolism, higher oxygen efficiency, scarcity of food favoring larger bodies. But none of these ideas explain the scale. In some cases, deep-sea species are not just slightly bigger, they're hundreds of times larger. And the mystery goes deeper. At extreme depths, researchers have found single-celled organisms called xenophyophores, simple life forms that grow to the size of baseballs, sometimes larger. Single cells, living under pressures that should crush complex life. No lab has been able to recreate the conditions that allow this. No experiment explains why gigantism appears in some species and not others. What's unsettling isn't just the size of these creatures, it's the implication. If life can behave this differently, under conditions we barely understand, what else might be thriving where we've never looked? The deep ocean covers more than half of our planet, and we've explored less than a fraction of it. Whatever rules shape life down there, they aren't the same ones we live by. Sometimes, the mystery isn't hidden in darkness. Sometimes it washes ashore. Along coastlines around the world, whales and dolphins sometimes do something that makes no sense. They beach themselves, not injured, not sick, often healthy, and not alone. Entire pods, dozens, sometimes hundreds, move together toward shallow water until they can no longer survive. These are known as mass cetacean strandings. They've been recorded for centuries on every major coastline in every ocean. In some cases, the animals are guided back to sea, only to turn around and beach themselves again. Scientists have proposed explanations: navigation errors, magnetic disturbances, underwater noise, military sonar, and while some strandings can be linked to specific events, many cannot. There are cases with no sonar activity, no storms, no infections, no obvious environmental trigger. And yet the behavior repeats. What makes this disturbing is not just the scale, it's the coordination. Whales and dolphins are intelligent, social, highly aware of their surroundings. And still, they move together towards something that kills them. Some researchers suggest a single disoriented individual may lead the group. Others believe the animals are responding to something we can't detect. Changes in pressure, sound beyond our range, disturbances in the Earth's magnetic field. None of these explanations account for every case. At some point, the pattern becomes impossible to ignore. Either these events are unrelated accidents, happening again and again, or there is a signal in the environment that we don't yet understand and can't hear. And whatever that signal is, it doesn't just affect one animal. It pulls entire groups toward the shore. So far, every mystery we've seen has belonged to the natural world. The last one doesn't. Time is supposed to be reliable. Every system we depend on, navigation, aviation, communication, is built around it. And yet, there are documented cases where time itself doesn't seem to line up. Commercial pilots have reported flights that arrived earlier than physically possible. No tailwinds, no changes in speed, no anomalies in fuel consumption. The flight simply ended too soon. In maritime records, ships have logged journeys where arrival times didn't match distance or velocity. Radar showed one position, clocks showed another. In some cases, onboard instruments briefly disagreed, then corrected themselves, as if nothing had happened. No alarms, no system failures, just a discrepancy that couldn't be reproduced. Investigations usually end quietly. The reports aren't dismissed, but they aren't explained either. There is no official category for unaccounted time gain, no unified theory, no central database, just isolated cases scattered across decades, industries, and continents. Some suggest calculation errors. Others point to atmospheric effects. Relativistic time dilation is sometimes mentioned, but never confirmed. And the problem is consistency. Different crews, different equipment, different conditions, the same result. At some point, the question stops being technical. If multiple systems designed to measure time precisely briefly disagree, which one is wrong? Because time isn't something we observe directly. It's something we assume. And every once in a while, that assumption appears to fail. Thanks for staying through this journey into the unexplained. If you choose to come back, I'll be right here. Until then, goodbye.